jump on back. So you can see here, all of these are buttons, right? Or spells that you would put down here for buttons. And so again, this tends to run people away. Like this is the passive, so you don't have to use that as a button. Passive, no button. Hey, push a button. This is an instant. Fly to an ally and heal them for 84,068. Or heal yourself for the same amount. So you can see it was lighting up there. And you see here like living flame, send a flickering flame towards your target, healing an ally, or dealing 52,000 damage to an enemy. So it's like these skills, right, you would put into a follow me. Now we're going to look down here. You're going to see something happen. I'm going to push /. See that? In the bottom of the screen, it pops up say. So it says say /. Now you don't push say, you push the / key, right? Now you're going to type MACRO. And the important thing for this is to get rid of having all these skills or spells that have to be on one button. So this is a macro. So we're going to push enter. It says / MACRO. Enter. Bam. Now you can see the spell book shrunk a little bit. We still have all of our pages for access. We can click on back. And now we have this enter macro commands box, right? So we're going to walk through this. So for the people that are like, oh, I don't want to push all those buttons, we're going to eliminate that so we don't have to deal with that crazy. All right, so what are we talking? We're talking macro. Too many buttons. People don't want to play the game. They're like, I can't push all those buttons. I don't want to have to remember to do this and do that. I get it. I get it. So we're going to go to, we're not going to use general. We're going to click to our character's name because it says specific, right? Specific macros. So we'll click there and you can see I've created some specific or character specific macros. I know it's tiny on that screen, but we're going to do a walkthrough and create something, right? So let's click first new, right? We're going to click new. Then it's going to ask us to enter a name and then pick an icon. So we're going to say let's do attack. So we'll type A, and I'm using caps for this, A-T. We don't want two T's, we want A-T-K, right? I'm going to use that to reference an attack macro. That's what I'm going to use that for. So I'm going to look for an icon that I want to use to cue in the attack macro. So here's a sword here and a sword here and some weapons. So maybe weapons would be good. So we'll just use a weapon one, right? We'll click that one. Now we've clicked for an icon, you see here, and we have a name. So we'll click OK. Boom. Now it says, all right, well, you're creating a new macro. There's your icon. There's the title. And it says, enter the macro command. Now this is going to be something that you're going to want to take note. All right. So we're going to do / again, because that's prompting the command. We're going to put, let's see, cast sequence, one word. Cast sequence, one word. CASTSEQUENCE space. We're going to put a space there. Reset. Then we're going to type in equals. We didn't space that, okay? Equals target. And we didn't space that. All right, now we'll hit the space key. So / we're going to prompt the command, and we want a castable sequence, right? So we're going to set up a sequence. So we just told the program, hey, look, I'm going to cast a sequence in this macro command. Now I want it to reset each target equaling the target. So we're going to command prompt, look, cast this sequence and reset it on each target. So I'm going to come down to a one button command, right? Well, now that we do that, how do we know what to put in our command sequence? I don't know what I put in my command sequence, right? Well, we don't want to push all those buttons, so we want to simplify where we can. So what are we going to simplify? Well, we know simplify. Well, we know we want to simplify our attacks. Now, you're going to have to find the best way as you're playing the game, and it's going to take you reading. So you especially want to do this when you're starting from the beginning of the game, because you're going to learn your character and their abilities. If you coming in on a quick 70 character so you can come in the game, you paid for a boost or whatever, then you don't know how the character works. It's going to be a little bit more difficult because you got to spend a lot of time reading and then applying. So you'll find a dummy and then you'll start working on your attacks and heals. I'm a heal class, so and I could do some attack to fend off, so I've got to do both of these things. So because we're doing attack, we now have / cast sequence. We're going to reset per target, then we spaced it, right? So we'll look here at our first one. So this is a attack here. It says Azure Strike. You can project intense energy onto 3 enemies, dealing 15,637 spell frost damage to them, right? So that's an attack. You can attack from 25 yards away with this attack, and it'll cost you 2,250 mana. So what I would do is, because this is an instant, right, and there's a difference, we're going to go through it. Because this is an instant, there is no cooldown on it, right? So boom, this for me will be the first one. So there, I'll hover over it, and then while hovering over it, you can see I can read it. I'll push the shift. Oh man, you see what I just did there? Because I was trying to explain, I forgot what to do. Let's back that up. Shift and enter. Alright, so let's we go to target, we push space because we want that space in between. We're starting the actual commands. We'll push shift and then we'll click it. So I'm holding the shift key and I want this one to be my first command. So I'm holding shift, press it. Now I press the left click key. I'm holding shift, I press left click, and it put the command in the sequence. This is an instant cast command. It is the first one I have in my sequence. Now I'm going to put a comma and space. I'm doing that because I'm going to want to add another command. So let's do this again. We've got / cast sequence, one word, space reset equals target, space our first attack, which is a instant attack. All right, and we pressed shift and left click over top of the spell. All right, now this isn't going to be like I'd use another one to show you what's happening. All right, so let's keep going. This one we want an attack. Let's see, cauterizing flame. That's for our heals. Deep breath, 2-minute landslide. Disintegrate. All right, so disintegrate is a channeled attack. So what this means is, once you push the key, it's going to constantly attack until the energy for that attack ends. So this one is a stream, right? Like I'd have to have a training dummy to show you, but it's going to be like a breath coming out of attack, a breath attack, where it's going to be constantly attacking until it stops, and then you'll press the next key. So we're going to save this one because that can get complicated, because if you keep pushing the keys, oh man, just bear with me. All right, we've got one here that says Living Flame. Now this one is a cast time, right? So when you press this key, it's going to, do you press and hold? I don't even remember. I think I usually press and hold the key because I'm retarded. This is going to have a cast time. You can press the key and it's going to take 1.5 seconds for this to fully cast. Then the attack happens. Then you can press the next key, right? Pressing the key while doing this is pointless because it's got to go through that cast time. Alright, so you can send Flicker and Flame. It's an attack. Alright, so we see a channeled attack, which means it's no different than the cast, right? So this one, the attack isn't going to happen till the cast time ends. This one, the cast time is called channeled, and when you push it, it's going to go through the animation attack, and if you press it again, it'll cancel that and go to the next one. So with channeled, you have to remember where your channeled attack is. Now what you could do is make this a final attack inside your macro. So say for instance, because there's going to be a lot to remember. So this is again character specific, so if you're maining a character, you're going to remember this stuff because you're playing your character all the time. So let's see, we're going to use Living Flame because there's a cast time, so we'll shift while hovering over it, left click, we're going to comma and space, and then we're going to take Disintegrate because that's channeled, and we're going to hold shift left click, and we'll comma because I might come back later and add something. So now I'm going to save that, and it says / cast sequence, one word, space reset equals target. Then we have Azure, which is here, then comma space Living Flame, which is here, then comma space, then Disintegrate, which is here, and that ends this command sequence.